A trio of blue-faced, bald men who drum, dance, and they do a whole lot more.
Now, the performing phenomenon known as the Blue Man Group is kicking off their debut world tour, and their first stop is right here in Singapore.
And we were invited to have a first look behind the scenes. Take a look.
Over 35 million people have watched these Blue Men in the 25 years they've been entertaining. The Blue Man Group describes their show as comedy, theater, rock concert, and dance party all rolled into one. And their captain, Meridian, says the audience should come ready for surprises.
I would describe it as an opportunity to come and have a great time experiencing something that you don't really expect. You can expect to have a good time, you can expect to be dancing in the aisles by the end of the show. But the way that we get you there during the course of the show is definitely going to surprise you.
Meridian has been with the show for 10 years. That translates to some 2,000 performances. What got him interested in being blue in the face to begin with?
Well, I joined the troupe shortly after I graduated from acting school, but I'm also a classical pianist, so when I saw the show, where they have great music and a really fun character to play, it had everything that I could possibly want to do in one show.
They may do a lot of things, but one thing the Blue Men have never done is speak a single word on stage.
Never a word, but we have a pretty good time doing this show. So occasionally, once in a while, we may have let a little smile creep in, but we're pretty good at hiding it, so you'll never see it.
So they don't speak and they don't smile. Just what kind of a man is the Blue Man?
The Blue Man is a sort of everyman. I think the Blue Man represents some of the best qualities of a human being. He represents our creative side, he represents our playful side, the curious side, the part of us that wants to connect with other people. That's who the Blue Man is.
Every Blue Man Group show includes a live rock band.
Why don't we sneak into the band rehearsal room and see what they're up to in there? I think, come on.
This is our music director, Tony.
Hi.
You want to introduce us to everyone?
Sure. I'm Tony. I'm the music director and a strings player for the world tour here. And this is the electric zither. I'd like to give you a quick demonstration of some of the sounds.
There may be only 3 Blue Men on stage, but Tony says there's actually a 4th character.
I like to think that the band is kind of the 4th character up there. So there's 3 actors and they're, going through this journey, and the band is there to interact at different points. As you know, the Blue Men don't speak, so everything that they communicate is done through body language, energy, and music. A lot of the show is improvised. So there are moments where the band has to be ready to really create 16 bars of music where there was none.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up.
The world tour has new content that we have not released anywhere previously. So if you come out to the show in Singapore, you will be first eyes on that.
Well, from the looks of it, these guys are more than ready to paint the town blue.
And here in studio to tell us more is the Associate Director of the Blue Man Group, David Bray. David, thanks for joining us. How did the blueprint for this show come about? It's amazing.
Thank you for having me, first of all. The blue paint, the idea of blue, it's a question that's often asked, actually. It's one of those things that the guys who created the show, they didn't want to have a particular association. You might sometimes with red or yellow or green make different associations, but blue seemed like a neutral color. It's something that we can, it's the color of the sky, it's the color of the sea. It's something that when we're trying to connect with the character, we're not going to see, a bad character or, an alien kind of character. We might see something definitely different from us, but we can still see through and connect to them. So it's for that reason.
And you're about to launch a world tour.
Yeah.
The blueprint of this tour, the show itself, where did the creative ideas come from? Where did the juices come from?
So the three guys, the founders, Chris Wink, Matt Goldman and Phil Stanton, they started out with a few smaller scenes. It was just taking the character into open spaces and taking it in front of an audience and really trying to find a way to connect with people and have them connect with each other. So through comedy, through music, through very simple theatrical situations, they can hold a mirror up to the people, to the audience, and show them examples of themselves interacting with technology, interacting with society, missing connections between each other. And that basically extended over and over a period of time to piece together one scene after another and create this through line of the show that eventually it developed.
Do you encourage a lot of audience participation as well? Do they get down and actually interact with the crowd quite a lot?
Yeah, there is a lot of audience participation. I mean, we have a couple of people that come up on stage with us. They're volunteers. I just want to put that little caveat out there. Nobody's forced to come up, in case anybody's worried about it. Yeah, we bring people up on stage with us as well, and they're an integral part of the scene. But in Blue Man, we break down the fourth wall. You know, in traditional theatre, there's a definite separation. You go there to watch a show, and then you're entertained. But here, the Blue Men go out. The mission is to go out and connect and to go into the audience. And from the very beginning, 50% or more is actually on behalf of the audience that's in the room that night. That's why the show's so different every time, because the audience is going to change, right? So you're going to have a different reaction. The people that we bring on stage are going to be different each time as well. So what happens there is totally spontaneous. We don't know what element that's going to bring to the show. So that's why it's so exciting. That's why we can do it for so long, so many shows. And that's why people come back again and again, you know.
And you used to be a Blue Man yourself.
I still am.
Oh, wow. So you're the stand-in or the sub, the super sub who comes
whenever I get a chance, when I'm not directing it, I can jump in. I definitely do.
What it's like, so you're there, you can see the audience reacting to what you're doing.
Yeah.
What is that like, that connection with the audience? And you can't smile back, and you can't react to them.
No, you know, it's first of all, it's a thrill and an honor to be on stage with some of the most talented people I've ever met and worked with. But the joy that you get from seeing the honest, true, kind of childlike reaction from audience members. You know, one of the things that I think the character does, it encourages us to see the world through different eyes and to look at ourselves for a second, maybe through the eyes of a child, to return to like an innocent, more playful state. And so just to, you know, at the end of the show, the whole thing culminates in this like euphoric celebration of life, and everybody's up on their feet and they're dancing, and the people that you were sat next to that you didn't know when you came into the theatre, suddenly you're high-fiving them and dancing around with them, and you take that energy out into the city.
Okay, so why is Singapore the first stop on this world tour?
Well, it's the Broadway of Asia, I heard. Isn't that the...
It is.
That's the truth,
yeah.
right?
Absolutely,
I mean,
yes,
it's an international hub. It's, you know, financial entertainment district. It's, you know, it seemed to be the perfect choice for us to...
Okay. I'm not sure what's going on.
It seemed to be the perfect choice for us to start this
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. We're being invaded right here. Now, I take it that... Hi, guys. No, they're not allowed to speak, so I won't be allowed to speak through you.
No, I know, but it seems like they've come here to give you something. One part of the show is...
Oh, no. I hope there's no paid in there. How do you get these guys to audition for...
Oh, God.
Okay. I've got to read the news in a little while. I'm not going to get any paint. Okay, we've got yellow paint now. Okay, how do you...
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, these guys find us, you know, everybody has a Blue Man inside them, so it's not...
Do you think it's also not 21st century thinking because you've got men? Where are the women?
We've had blue women before. There you go.
There's paint flying everywhere.
They just wanted to make a present for you.
Oh my goodness, they've got paint all over them. Yeah, you've got to sign it as well. Everyone,
there we
please
go.
have your fingerprints.
Oh.
Be careful, that's a
Blue
little
men,
wet
thank you.
still.
You've got a bit of yellow on your lip, but it's all right.
You can hang that up here in your studio now.
Yes.
Oh, that's brilliant. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
Enjoy the show. It kicks off, what, March
31st is
or
opening night.
17th?
Yeah, here, I'll take
Oh,
that
you
from you
take
if you
that
want
from me.
that.
You've
We
got a
can
bit
put
of
it
red
on.
on you.
It's okay.
I probably
I'm
have a
used
bit
to
as
it.
well.
Here, I'll put this down here.
But
We
they're
can keep
very
this in a sec.
creative.
We'll
They're
hang it up for
very,
you.
very good. Oh,
Wow.
goodness gracious.
Okay. Thank you, David, for joining us today. And of course, thanks to the Blue Men as well for that gift.
In and out, just like that. They invaded the studio and now they're gone. Now, Blue Man Group's debut world tour kicks off, like we said, here in Singapore on the 29th of March, or 31st?
31st of March.
31st of March at the Marina Bay Sands MasterCard Theatre.
And after that, they're going to be headed to New Zealand, to the Philippines, China, and a lot more.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
And with that, we are done for today, Wednesday, March 16th.